Okay, so sports news and some news coming out of Paris is that the Olympic organisers for the 2024 Paris Olympics have had their offices raided by French police. This is to do with an ongoing corruption investigation involving allegations of embezzlement. Now, Paris and France were due to host three consecutive major sporting events in 3 years. This year, they were going to host the Rugby Union World Cup, and they still are. Next year's the Olympics, and in 2025 they were due to host the Rugby League World Cup. Now, the French government has obviously put a lot of money into these major sporting events as part of the bidding process and the infrastructure and preparations. The French government withdrew their funding for the Rugby League World Cup, hence why France has withdrew from hosting the 2025 Rugby League World Cup. That was only a couple of months ago that was announced, and now they've got to find a new host for that tournament. And the French government was citing cost concerns. This morning, French police have raided the offices of the 2024 Paris Olympics, and this is down to allegations of corruption and embezzlement. This is not the first time that French sport has been involved with corruption allegations. We obviously saw the ongoing investigation into multiple football clubs, including Newcastle United, Chelsea and West Ham, and French football clubs as well in regards to corrupt payments involving football transfers way back in 2017, which led to a joint UK-France investigation. The club offices of Newcastle United, West Ham and Chelsea were raided by British police in cooperation with French authorities. Bernard Laporte, the former rugby union head coach of the French national team and former junior sports minister, has been under investigation for corruption. And Olympique Marseille, back in the early 90s, football club that won the Champions League, were found that there was corruption there, match fixing and corruption. And subsequently they had some of their titles stripped, but they were allowed to keep their Champions League titles. So French sport is well, this happens quite regularly in French sport. Now, we don't know the full ins and outs of the allegations, but the authorities are looking at both the organising company and a infrastructure company involved with the infrastructure project surrounding preparing for the Olympic Games. And it's to do with contracts and favouritism and embezzlement. So government money in France has gone missing, basically, is what is being alleged here. But this is very, very troubling. Olympic Games are exceptionally expensive for the host nation to bid for and prepare for. We've seen some Olympics not make money, actually lose money. Athens in 2004, and there were allegations of corruption surrounding the Salt Lake City Olympic Games involving the IOC. The Beijing Olympics in 2008 was one of the most expensive Olympic Games of all time. There were concerns going into 2012 about the London Olympic Games, which were actually more cost efficient and more profitable than prior Olympic Games. So the Olympics comes with a lot of financial baggage. And this is very, very troubling at a time when the French are trying to showcase themselves to the world. And they've lost one major international tournament because of funding concerns. Rugby Union, again, their former head coach and former sports minister Bernard Laporte has been investigated for corruption. And now the Olympics. So this is a worrying turn of events, and we'll see what the outcome ultimately is down the line. But for me, for now, I'm done. There's nothing else to really report until charges are laid by French prosecutors. But for me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.